Hey everyone, welcome back to another video on this channel, not another one, and today I'm going to be talking about the best 10 episodes of any show ever made. And what I of course mean by that, if you didn't already know, is LEGO Ninjago Masters of Ninjutsu Season 9, Hunted. This is a continuation of me covering the entirety of the Oni trilogy, Seasons 8, 9, and 10, that I started last week. So if you haven't watched that video, you should probably go watch it before you watch this one because it will provide some much needed context. And just a reminder, next week's video is going to be about Season 10, March of the Oni. So stay tuned for that so you don't miss out. But anyways, let's just get on to talking about the best season of Ninjago so far. And the first of the about 100 good things about this season is something that's at the beginning of every episode. And that is of course the intro to this season, which is just immaculate. I could just explain how good it is to you myself, but that wouldn't do the intro justice. So I'll just show it to you. Here you go. See, now you know what I'm talking about. Just the theme music of this intro perfectly encapsulates the theme of the season, which is being hunted. Boom, 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 boom. It's just so chaotic, I love it. And then later in the end, it combines with the Sons of Garmadon's theme, which is just the best. Oh, and the animations are amazing as well, but you already knew that. So, from the aftermath of the last season, Lord Garmadon is now the Emperor of Ninjago City. And the only two ninja in Ninjago at the time, Lloyd and Nia, start to form a small resistance, which currently consists of Pixel, Misako, and the best one, Dareth. And speaking of Dareth, I really like how he is shown to be a main character through the entirety of this season. He is shown way more prominence in the plot than he has in any other season thus far. But anyways, meanwhile, the four original ninja are just trying to survive in the first realm, along with Sensei Wu, who is now a child. Speaking of Wu, he gets a surprising amount of character development in this season, which is really good but surprising for who is supposed to be the leader of the group. But again, he does start out as a child in this season, so it makes sense. So anyways, let's speed through the A plot so I can speed through the B plot so I can talk about the season as a whole. So basically, Jay, Zane, and Kai get ambushed by a group in the first realm known as the Dead's End. Cole and Little Wu don't get caught in this ambush because they were collecting food. So the hunters take the three ninja to their hideout, which is called the Dead's End, where their leader, the Iron Baron, finds out that they have elemental powers. So the Iron Baron exploits their powers to hunt dragons. While the Iron Baron is doing this, Cole and Little Wu fashion up disguises so that they can infiltrate the Dead's End and find out how to get the other ninja out. And they do exactly that. And they come up with a plan that involves building a giant dragon, flying it up into the air and convincing the dragon hunters that that is Firstborn, aka the mother of all dragons. And doing this distracts the dragon hunters long enough for the ninja to escape. Oh, and they also let free all of the dragons that the dragon hunters have hunted thus far. And after they run away, a character named Heavy Metal from the dragon hunters finds them. And she reveals herself to be a character named Faith and tells the ninja and who is now teenage Wu about the dragon armor that can supposedly control Firstborn. And with some newfound faith, the ninja and Wu go into abandoned Oni territory and find the map leading to the dragon armor, while of course being hunted by the dragon hunters. And after Faith teaches the ninja and Wu a little thing about chaining up stuff, the dragon hunters ultimately capture them again. And after that, now adult Wu makes a bargain with the Iron Baron that he will lead him to the dragon armor as long as he lets the ninja go home afterwards. And after Wu and the Iron Baron set out on their journey, the other dragon hunters start to rebel against him, joining the side of Faith and the ninja. And as Wu and the Iron Baron get into the Firstborn's nest to get the dragon armor, it is revealed that the dragon armor is not what controlled Firstborn. It was the heart and soul of the first Spijutsu Master, and now Wu. And as such, Wu, now in control of Firstborn, calls 4 other dragons to help take him and the ninja back to Ninjago. And with all the ninja and Wu back in Ninjago, they are finally able to defeat Emperor Garmadon. Oh, sorry, I forgot to explain the entire B-plot of the season. So let me do that real quick. So basically, what is the beginning of the Resistance gets circled in because the Sons of Garmadon have figured out where their hideout is. And while the Resistance is being circled in, they find the wreckage of the old bounty. But the thing is, they've only found half of the ship. The other half of the bounty went to the first realm with Zane, Cole, Kai, Jay, and Wu. So the Resistance now knows that the other 4 ninja and Wu are still alive. So that gives the Resistance a reason to keep on going throughout the rest of the season. But then as the Resistance gets cornered, the Elemental Masters from Season 4 come in to help them, including Skylar, and she'll be integral to the plot later on. So anyways, the Elemental Masters take the Resistance to an old garbage depot, where the Resistance grows and they train and build new stuff. The biggest example being the Battle Wagon. Oh, and Lloyd also has a few inspirational talks with Mistake, who we later find out, spoiler alert, is an Oni. Oh, and I almost forgot about the best part. Dareth finally gets brown power, but only for a short bit though. But eventually, the now extended Resistance goes to Borg Tower where the broadcasting room is. And Lloyd gives a very inspirational speech about how the Resistance never quits. But unfortunately, after the Resistance gets away, Harumi from the last season finds out where they're hiding. And so the Sons of Garmadon set up an ambush on the Resistance. And they end up locking most of the Elemental Masters in Cryptarium Prison. Except for Skylar. And since Skylar is the Elemental Master of Amber, the ability to absorb other people's powers, she can gain Lord Garmadon's powers and stop the giant mech rock monster thingy that's wreaking havoc across the city. But she has to touch Lord Garmadon to do this. So with Mistake's help, because Mistake is an Oni and she can shapeshift into, let's say, Harumi, they go to the top of Borg's Tower to try and touch Lord Garmadon. This mission is ultimately a success, but with the loss of Mistake. But with Skylar's newfound power of darkness, she can control the giant rock monster and slow it down for just a little bit. And this is where we see the death of Harumi, because Lord Garmadon accidentally knocks down the building that she was trying to escape from. And only like a minute before she dies, she helps a family of 3 escape the building, so the child doesn't end up having the same story as Harumi did. It's a really sad death, honestly, and I really wish that she had lived longer. But anyways, Lord Garmadon's dark power consumes Skylar and makes her pass out. And as the rest of the Resistance is trying to run away from Garmadon's giant rock monster, that is when the rest of the ninja and Wu come back. So Wu and Garmadon go on top of Firstborn and go to the top of Borg Tower to face Lord Garmadon. Wu eventually gets knocked off of Borg's Tower and on back to Firstborn, where he continues to help the other ninja in destroying Garmadon's rock monster. And Lloyd defeats Garmadon by not fighting him, because it is the fight that fuels Garmadon's power. So no fight, no power. And by doing this, Lloyd gains his power back that he lost in the last season. In the end, the ninja and the Resistance win, and Wu is back to his old self again. And I mean literally old. Long white beard and everything. Now with the story out of the way, let's actually talk about why this is the best season ever. You see, I really like how the 4 original ninja and Wu are separated from the rest of the team this season. This is because it brings back the dynamic of the 4 ninja and Wu from season 1. And their chemistry together is honestly amazing, and it's
probably one of my favorite parts of the entire show, with the brother from another mother dynamic. It really brings the show back to its roots, and I really like hearing the banter between them like normal brothers do. Another thing that makes this the best season of Ninjago ever is I really like how they included the Elemental Masters. And I also like how they explain some of the other Elemental Masters' absence. It feels to me like the Hageman brothers didn't just forget the characters, they were just waiting for the right time to put them in the show again. And this, in my opinion, was the perfect time. Because you're missing 4 of the ninja in Ninjago, and the city is all around in ruin. So they really bring back some of that large cast factor into the B plot of the story. Oh, and speaking of the plots, another thing I really like is the entire A plot. Now, as you can probably figure out by this video, I much prefer the plot in the first realm to the plot in Ninjago. And it's probably because the first realm is an entire realm that we haven't seen in Ninjago ever. So it was extremely fun to watch the ninja explore this world that they haven't seen before. Exploring new characters and new creatures. And I also think it's really cool how all the dragon hunters have Russian accents. It's almost like they come from Metallonia, just like Karloff. And I think the accent is a really nice touch that unifies the entirety of the Dragon Hunter species. And the Dragon Hunters are not the only thing in the first realm that are cool. The entire world is cool. You got so many different types of dragons, and you got the desert type landscape that runs all throughout the realm. It's an amazing world that I honestly would love to see more of. But let's take a look back at Ninjago, shall we? Because that realm has some pretty good stuff too. For example, Harumi. Like I mentioned last week, Harumi's actions in Sons of Garmadon really come to bite her in the butt this season. She ends up dying because of it. And I really like how the Hageman brothers made Harumi go back to the light just before she dies to make us all feel way worse. It's almost like the Hageman brothers love playing with our emotions. And it's even more sad considering that Harumi and Lloyd never get any closure, which leads Lloyd to not trusting any potential love interest to anyone in the future, which I think was the right move because his last one was straight up just evil. But anyways, that's all I have to say on why Ninjago Season 9 Hunted is the best season of Ninjago ever. I watched it for this video the past 2 days, and I honestly would love to watch it again like this Saturday. But anyways, thank you all for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video because it took a heck of a long time to record. And just another reminder that next week's video will be over Season 10, March of the Oni. And with that, I'd like to end this video by saying you can comment if you want to, you can like the video if you want to, and you can subscribe, of course, but only if you want to. I hope you all have yourselves an absolutely fantastic day or night, everyone. See ya!